Hi, this is Zak Mir with the US Chartbreakers here at Zak's Traders Cafe for Friday, the 26th of September. Starting off with the S&P, and here you can see that we're within that rising trend channel from April, as we've been for obviously months. The recent support there at 65.51, we put in a higher low yesterday, 65.69, so hopefully that will hold, especially as we managed to close above the 6,600 level. The only problem is that we did gap down yesterday and we haven't filled that gap, so really need to get an end of day close to end the week above 66.21, which was Wednesday's support, to get us back on track for a move up to the top of the channel there, as high as 6,800 by the end of next month. On the downside, the obvious support area would be the 50-day line, the combination of the 50-day line and the price channel floor there at 64.52. Could also see the RSI come back down to the uptrend line there from April at around 54 out of 100. Maybe that would be the turning point for this market, wherever the S&P is by that time. The Nasdaq is next, the Nasdaq 100 that is, and here you can see that slightly better candle than the situation at the S&P, so no gap down. Recent support, or the latest low there, around 24,200. We are factoring in that we would have to test the floor of the channel there towards 24,000 as support at some point. As long as we are above that floor of the channel, looking for 25,400, maybe up to 26,300 by the end of next month, which is a late January 2025 resistance line projection, but not expecting any sustained action now back below 24,000. Moving on to the stocks, and here we have Cycurion to start off with, and here we look closely, you'll see that we've got a market which has bounced off the recent lows. It was a bear trap, we gapped down to the lows and closed the gap earlier this month. The current situation is that we've broken through the 40 cents zone, and above that, looking for top of the triangle there as high as 62 cents over the next week or two, hopefully even sooner than that. So this looks like an exhaustion gap to the downside, and then back up again for Cycurion. Stock which is looking quite interesting in terms of the setup at the moment is Datavault, and here you can see that we've got this broadening triangle base, the top of the triangle there up to the $1.30 level, 133 in fact to be more precise, and we're looking at that by the end of next month, while we stay above recent broken resistance around the 78-79 cents area. Probably could allow down to the low 60s, but ideally we stay on the right side of the 70 cents area ahead of a move to the upside. RSI 50 rebound to start the latest recovery, and then another higher RSI rebound to give us that spike towards the 200-day line at 92 cents. Next on the list is a situation which hopefully will be one that has a bit of follow through. Darkiris, a cool name at least, and here we've got a rising trend channel from the middle of last month, top of the channel there, heading for the $11.50 level, and we're looking for that while we remain above recent broken resistance around $8.30. So hopefully Darkiris can deliver the goods. Next on the list is Lithium Americas, and here you can see that we've fulfilled the initial target here to head up towards $7.50. That would be the sort of at the moment the limit on how far we could go. But if there was an end of day close or a weekly close above $7.50, then looking for a fresh leg to the upside as high as $12 as a best case scenario target by the end of next month. In terms of the stop loss, an end of day close back below the latest gap there, i.e. below yesterday's support, around the $4. The $6.37 level would be the favored destination. But backed by an uptrend line in the RSI window, but ideally we stay on the right side of $6 ahead of a potential best case scenario target move up to $12 for Lithium Americas. On to a stock which perhaps is not quite so exciting, at least for the near term, but obviously things could still happen. Here we've got the situation at Pop Culture, and achieved the first target there around the $1.98 level, and the second one up to $2.60. But at least while we're on the right side of $2, looking for a retest of that $2.60 area in coming days, especially given the RSI 50 rebound that we've just had and bounce above the rising 50-day line at $1.17. We've looked at the next stock quite a few times before. It's Pitanium. And here you can see that we've broken recent resistance around $9 above that, but obviously looking for a retest of the July resistance towards $14.80, and hoping for that by the end of next month or even sooner. Another stock which has been a frequent flyer in the recent past has been the situation at Qualigen, and here you can see that we've got this resistance line target which has been hit on a sort of spike basis over the near term. But what's interesting now is that we found support towards the old resistance, was around $4. Above 4, looking for a retest of that $9 area and hoping that that would happen over the next 2 to 4 weeks, certainly by the end of next month. The fact that we've held most of that gap to the upside is a bullish sign for the situation, as is the way that the 200-day line, the black line there, $3.30, is also starting to rise. On to the last two. The first one is SciSparc, and here we managed to break our first target, at least temporarily, which was the top of that falling trend channel from back in July at $6. Above that, still looking for the top of the triangle, as high as $10 by the end of next month, even though we've come back quite quickly, sharply, from the July retest through towards the $9 zone. This stage only back below the 50-day line, $4.67, really upsetting the recovery scenario. Finishing off with 22nd Century Group, and here it's a case of trying to see how much the shares can rebound. We had a gap down, so it was sort of been a bit of a volatile situation. Bull trap there on the 19th, and then gapping down, then another gap higher as well. So it's a bear trap island reversal, and what we're assuming now is that above yesterday's support there at $1.72, we could still head to the top of that falling trend channel as high as $2.40 by the end of next month, or hopefully a little sooner than that. That's it for me today. More updates over the weekend.